It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC South. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons, and it's coming up next.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Today we've got an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Young to throw it. Out to his left. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
They'll try to throw now. Young. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy. Take care of the football. We're on the road. You're a youngster. Let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you. Move on. Long way to go in this one.
So a long field ahead for the Falcon offense as they head out. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual threat ability, and production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
Ready?
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Ritter. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offensive.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
This is taken at the 18. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ready, break.
Right back to Hubbard. And he'll be out of bounds. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And they need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Sanders. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Right. Ready.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Giovanni Ricci taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Ritter will set up to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Quick, yellow. Black swap. Opposite. Grit check pink.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Smith red. Yellow. Lonnie. Switch. Yellow.
First down. Here's Ritter. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Ritter has it knocked down. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Ritter back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Holding. Offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And taken at the 46. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ready?
To throw, Young. Open here, Adam Thielen. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Ready.
First down, Young. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll throw again. Young. And once again, this is Sanders. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And 3rd and 8 now. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll run with Sanders. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run for Miles Sanders. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. And a dump off here to Robinson. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down throw coming for Ritter. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Black swap.
So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon in charge.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Ready.
Looking to throw it here, Ritter. And that is incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Fielded at the 20. Fighting through. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield, hit you little people.
Good run there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. 42 yards for Chuba Hubbard, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Robinson with another carry, and he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready?
Ritter now looking to throw it this time. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ready.
Young on 3rd down. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, Barton. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it, and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. 2nd down and 8.
Ready?
Ritter now. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Here we go.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Set, hut. Hut, hut.
Young now. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ready?
On second down, Ritter. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
Ritter. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Ready?
A give running right, it's Hubbard. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Let's go now.
This is 2nd and 8.
Ready.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Ready.
Here is Young. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
We have so many different terms for third down, third and short, third and long, third and manageable. How about third and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. On the give, this is Hubbard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for the Panthers.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests.
Ritter has it knocked down, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know, the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And oh, it's wide right. No good.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for the Panthers.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Ready?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Ritter. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ritter. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.